Life Happens podcast. I'm your host, William Jackson, and I'm so excited because we have another opportunity to live, learn, and grow together. Why do I always say that at the beginning of every episode? Because I believe that the moments that we have together are refining our focus. They're creating a space of intentionality where we are proactively preparing for when life happens. Here's what I believe. I believe that the people who are intentional about consistently being proactive in their approach to life are always prepared, even in the most uncommon, uncontrolled circumstances. There are going to be times where you can't actively prepare or know what's coming ahead. But if you are consistently working, consistently getting better, consistently progressing, then you have more of a tendency to matriculate through whatever you experience more successfully than someone who has not invested time, energy, and effort in their preparation. So I'm always excited when we have these opportunities to grow together because we were created for community from community. When you really think about it, no one actually is alive on their own doing. Everyone was born from the basis of there being an interaction with someone. That lets us know that we are creatures who need other people. We need community. So these moments are incredibly special because I always say, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. If you show me the people that you are connected to, then I will show you where you are more likely to end up within the next 5, 10, 15 years. The people that you are connected to have the ability to shape your future, to push you into purpose, or to pull you away from it. And we're going to talk about some of the connections that we have in our lives. Today, I'm excited about this episode because we are going to talk about the type of people that you need in your life to make sure that you are reaching your full potential in every aspect. These are the type of people who are connected to you, not just for the good times, not just because of what you can do for them, but when you have authentic people that you are connected with who are invested in your process, who are invested in your journey, who are committed for the long haul, those are the people that you want to be intentional about because they have the most access. And whoever you give access to, you give authority to. So the people that you are connected to, if you just stop for a moment and think about your longest lasting relationships, your friends, the people who you are connected to, who you consider the people that you are intimately invested in, that you say, you know what, this is my ride or die. We're going to ride this thing till the wheels fall off. We are going to be intentional about building and connecting forever. When you go down a list of people that you are connected to, that you are intimately invested in their process and their journey, have you stopped for a second to assess the quality of the relationship? Because oftentimes what I see is that people have a loyalty to tenure. And because you've been friends for 10 years, for 15 years, you just have this thing where I got your back, you got mine. But if we're not careful, we can venture into relationships and friendships and partnerships where we're connected with people and we may have been connected for a long time, but we may not have stopped and actually identified that for the past 5, 10, 15 years, I've been the only one that's been investing. I'm the one that's always calling. I'm the one that's always reaching out. And we have to be intentional about making sure that we're creating reciprocal relationships because the people that you are connected to have the power to either push you into purpose or to pull you away from it. So today, we're going to talk about perseverance partners. What does that mean? Someone who is connected with you to travel with you through the deepest, darkest, toughest times, and people who have specific roles during these places and spaces in your life. There are 3 types of people or perseverance partners that you have to be uh, incredibly intentional about. Your perseverance partners are the people who are designed to pull the best out of you, to push you, and to create spaces for you to thrive at your highest potential. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about your perseverance partners, and you should have someone who operates in these three categories. Now, you may have multiple people, or you may have one or two people who operate in multiple offices, but you have to be able to identify who the people are and what position they hold in your life, because your perseverance partners are designed to help you win, to help you thrive, to help you push, to help you grind, to help you build. These are the people who are pivotal in you reaching your fullest potential. So let's dive in. Let's dive in. So there are three types of people that I want you to be aware of that you need to be staffing your life with from an intentional place. The first category of people, the first perseverance partner that you need is someone who pushes you. Someone who pushes you. These are the types of people, if you would think from a natural standpoint, are your trainers at the gym, or a drill sergeant, or a coach who coaches a sport or a team. The people who push you are more concerned about your capability and less concerned about your comfort. These are the people who won't allow you to settle because you're tired. These are the people who won't allow you to stop because it's difficult. They are less concerned about your comfort. And these are the people who will push you past what you consider your breaking point because they know that there's more in you. These are the people who see the true essence of your potential, and they are not going to let you settle. These are the people who have the future focus, who can stop and identify and have an awareness as to who you are. Because if I can identify who you are, then I will have a more higher probability of being able to know where I can support you or push you to. If I know that underneath the surface that you are a top tier 5-star athlete, and I'm the coach of a team, I'm going to coach you harder because I know that there's more in you. If I know that there is more that you have to give, to produce, that you are more inclined to do more, and you have a higher threshold, then guess what? When you say I'm tired, I'm going to say one more. When you say I'm gassed and I'm ready to give up, guess what I'm going to say? So what? You need the type of people who can have a so what moment with you, where you can have your feelings, because here's the truth. Your feelings are valid. They're valid. How you feel, it matters. But you need someone who pushes you past how you feel. You need someone to push you past how you feel, to reconnect you with the future focus of where you desire to be. These are the people who see more in you and won't allow you to settle. When you say, you know what, this is difficult, I think I'm gonna close the business. These are the people that will challenge you to say, no, you haven't done everything that you need to do. Well, we're in the middle of a pandemic. I know. Get creative. Figure it out. These are the people who are going to push you past your comfort zone, to say, you know what, man, these are the people that you go to when you have a problem, because they're going to push you to think more, to go deeper, to dig deeper. Man, this just isn't working. No, you haven't tried hard enough. Well, I'm tired. These are the type of people, you need the type of people to push you, to keep you accountable in your marriage. You need people that you can go to when it's time to vent, or to be in a space where you are having difficulties, that you can go to where you feel like, you know what, it's just not working, man. No, you need to do more. You haven't done everything you need to do. Oh, well, you just don't understand. I do understand, but I also know that there's more in you. These are the type of people who will push you past your comfort zone. Think about a trainer in the gym. There are trainers who are designed, it is their job to break you. Because when you are broken, you see what's actually in you. When you're working out, I work out often. When you're working out, you see the true essence of strength by how you are tearing down your muscle fibers in order to rebuild them stronger. Trainers are designed to push you past your limit. It hurts. I know. One more. I'm tired. I know. One more. You need one more people in your life. This business didn't work. Try it again. I tried to do everything that I can from a marketing standpoint. Try something else. Man, you just don't get it, man. I'm tired. I know. One more. People who push you past where you feel comfortable to get you into a space where now you realize after you've been broken and after you've been pushed past that breaking point, then you actually realize, oh no, there really was more in me. Because here's the truth. A lot of times you may not be able to see it because we can't oftentimes see the forest from the trees. When you're in a situation that's difficult, when you're in a situation that's painful, when you're in a situation that you feel is bringing the walls in closer to and you feel like the world is collapsing around you and that the walls are closing in, when you're in that situation, oftentimes you can't see it. That's why you need someone who has the ability to see deeper, to see past the surface, to be able to know that there's more in you. You need people who are not in the same space. You need some people who can step outside of your situation and have a clear focus to be able to say, no, there's more. There's more. No matter how you feel, no matter what you're thinking about, I know it's tough. I know you want to give up, but there's more in you. Get up and try it again. Get up and do it again. There's more. And in order to get to a space where you can achieve more, you need somebody who pushes you past where you are now so that you can step into more. The people who push you are less concerned about your comfort and they're more concerned about your capability, that there's more in you. You have a capability to do more. You are more capable than the average person. So I can't allow you to stop where the average person would stop. You need someone who pushes you. What's the next perseverance partner? You need someone who pauses you. These are the people that you go to because they have sound logic. Here's my question. Who do you go to for counsel? Who do you go to for advice? Are you the head honcho in your friend group? Does everybody come to you? Are you the source of all relational advice, or who do you go to for counsel? Who do you go to? Because you need someone that you can run to who can cause you to pause and assess. You need people who pause you because the people who pause you are more concerned with your execution than they are with your excitement. These are the people that you go to when you have an idea, you want to do something new, you're excited. Oh, listen, this is what I want to jump into. Or let me tell you about this relationship. Let me tell you what I think. Oh, they look good. Or hey, okay, I get it. Pause. Let's think about it. These are the people who will cause you to slow down in your decision making. Because when we're in a rush, when we're trying to make decisions quickly, guess what happened? We make the wrong impulsive decisions. When you're led by your impulse, I got a gut feeling that may be good. But after you have that feeling, you need to now have some clarity and focus to be able to offset just your raw emotion, because your emotions are irrational. They change, they fluctuate. So when you're excited, you need someone who's more concerned with your execution than they are with your excitement. Someone who pauses you to say, okay, hey, stop for a second. Let's think this through. No, I know you want to open this business. Okay, but let's actually develop a plan. What's the plan? I know you want to start a restaurant. Do you have any restaurant experience? I get it that you've been cooking for people and people love your food, but running a restaurant is a business. Where's your business acumen? What's the plan? What's the business name? What type of business is it going to be? Is it going to be an LLC? Are you going to open an S corp? How are we moving? Where are you in terms of your financial projection goals? How much do you have to invest? Because anything that you start off, you got to go in thinking that you're probably going to take a loss, because your initial investment oftentimes isn't returned until you gain momentum. So you need someone to pause you when you're about to jump into another relationship, even though you just may have gotten out of another one. Hey, pause. Hey, slow down for a second. Let's think about this. Have you healed? So you need people who pause you in your perspective, because the power of a pause in your decision making is a game changer. You need someone to slow you down. I know you want it now, but maybe this isn't the season. I know you want to jump out there. Hey, but let's slow down. Let's think. Because you may be considering steps 1, 2, and 3, but are we preparing for steps 4 through 12? Because that's when things get sketchy. So your initial idea, you have the vision, you have the mission, you have the plans. Okay, now let's start thinking about the unknowns. Let's start thinking about the possibility of it not working. What's the plan? Are you going to, I know you want to go all in right now, but is this the right time? So you need people to pause you. You need people to say, okay, I get it. Let's slow down for a second. Let's just stop. I know you're excited, but how are we going to execute this? Because if you're just moving like 100 miles an hour and you're just excited and you want to do it, so you just jump out there, guess what happens? Not only do you run the risk of it not working, you run the risk of it damaging the people that you are connected to. Because every decision affects more than just yourself. No decision is an isolated moment, even for the single person. Even for someone who is single with no kids, I'm just making decisions for my life. You have to understand that the decisions that you're making now is setting up a future that will affect someone else. You need someone who can pause you, slow down for a second, and let's think. Let's really assess. Let's have these moments. Me and my wife do these whiteboard moments where we call them. Where we just come in. Let's throw some stuff up against the wall. Let's see what sticks. Let's actually go through thought processes and understandings of what we can see and how we can actually step into or create spaces where we're able to do. You need opportunity to just stop and plan. Are you able to plan? Are you being intentional about your planning phases? Where are we? What's the timing? Like, you need people to pause you. I know you want to do it. Now let's create a timeline. Let's create a plan. What's the business plan? What's the project plan? What's your relationship plan? You need people to pause you. Life is moving so fast. And we have this over obsession with time that we feel like we got to do it now. I got to get it now. This now. And if we're not intentional, we'll let the drive to do it right now cause us to be so focused on this moment that will jeopardize the next moment, because we haven't stopped, we haven't slowed down, we haven't taken a pause to plan. So you need people who pause you. So the last group of perseverance partners that you need in your life, and this is a very intentional category, and it's oftentimes the category where people shy away from, because naturally we like to be in places where we are most comfortable. In scientific terms, there is a term that's called cognitive misers, where our brains are lazy. We want to get to a specific place without having to extend or expend enough energy or more that we need to expend. We want to get to where we need to get to as quickly as quietly as possible. We don't want to have to work for it. And the people who we need in our lives, in the third category of our perseverance partners, are the people who polish you. These are the people who have the ability to correct you, to challenge you, to pull your coattail. These are the people who understand the true essence of your potential and who you were created to be. These are people who are more concerned with your potential and less concerned with your production. People who are less concerned with what you can produce and how you can produce it. It's more about who are you and what are you living up to in terms of your potential. Because people can produce at high levels, but that doesn't mean that they're actually living out the fullness of their potential. They may have just mastered the skill of execution. These are the people who will challenge your thought process to say, no, you shouldn't have said that. You need to apologize. No, I understand that that's what you want to do, and I understand that that's what you think that you should be doing. But what I'm telling you is that was a toxic way of going about that. And you need to be intentional about what you say and how you need to go back and fix this. When you think about polishing, for instance, if you're polishing a trophy, when people start polishing things, it's often because they're dusty or because they're dirty. But they know underneath the dust, the dirt, the grime, that there is a beautiful structure. There's a beautiful vessel that if I buff it and I rub it and I'm intentional about challenging what's on it, what will be revealed will be the true essence of what I actually know is in here. I don't know if you've ever seen a dusty countertop or maybe like a dusty table, and you are intentional about polishing a trophy or a countertop or a table. Once you actually polish and get all the dust and the dirt off, you stand back and you marvel. It's like, wow, that looks so good. And you need someone who can see past the dirt or the dust of your hard exterior, the dirt or the dust of your perspective to say, hey, you're not thinking clear. I know that that's how you feel, but no, you need to go back and fix this, because even though you may have been right, how you handled it was wrong. You need people who are able to polish your perspective. You're looking at this from a limited viewpoint. You're looking at this from a very toxic standpoint. No, the truth is that you're hurt. And that's why you're talking like this. You need people to challenge your perspective, people who polish you, people who can say, no, stop, you're doing too much. Who are the people who can correct you? I'm talking about actually pull your coattail. Who are those people? Can I be honest with you that just because someone has been in a relationship with you for years does not make them qualified to be the person who can correct you? You need someone who has a mindset or a perspective that understands who you are and where you're headed and can help recalibrate you as you are traveling through this thing called life. It's almost like if you go bowling and there are people who may not be great bowlers or even kids. And we were talking about this with our son. We were talking about going bowling. It's like, I need the bumpers. We need to put the bumpers up, right? Because if I don't have the bumpers, I'm more inclined to slip off into the gutter. You need people who polish you, who become those buffers or those bumpers. When you are venturing off, they can bump you back to say, nope, you're getting off track. That's not what you're called to do. There's more in you. Come on. Nope, you need to leave that alone. You need to stop doing that. You're wasting your time. These are the people who polish you, who see more in you. Now, the difference between those who push you and those who polish you, they have some synonymous behaviors, but the people who push you are more intentional about getting you past comfort. The people who polish you are more intentional about making sure that you're stepping into calling. That this is more than just behaviors, that this is more than just doing more. This is perspective. This is your emotional bandwidth. This is someone who is challenging you to be the best version of yourself, mind, body, soul, spirit. Someone who can correct the wrongs and help recalibrate your direction to get you back on course to say, hey, you need to fix it. If you don't have someone in your life who can challenge you, then guess what? You become the supreme authority, which limits your ability to step in your full potential. Because if you are the supreme authority and you have nothing to gauge it against, everything is going to sound right to you. This is why we need community. This is why we need people. And your perseverance partners are those people who are designed to help you matriculate and persevere when you want to give up. Push past what you're thinking. To even push past your excitement and pause and slow down and polish your perspective so that you can see things clearly. To help you recalibrate and reestablish your focus. Because if you have people in your life that push you, people in your life that pause you, and people in your life that polish you, you are more inclined to persevere through every season of life. This is important, to have the people that are designed to help you matriculate through this thing called life, because we cannot do this alone. Listen, I hope you got something out of this episode. And if by chance you walk away from this episode and forget everything that I've said, be intentional about knowing and understanding that you have everything inside of you you need already to overcome and succeed when life happens.